Hey everyone, it's Ginger, and by the time you're watching this, if I can upload this video on time, then this channel will officially be 1 year old. That's right everyone, it's officially my 1 year anniversary on YouTube. I'm not sure how valid this 1 year anniversary is, since for 8 months out of that year I was on break from YouTube, but still, it's my 1 year anniversary. Before I start talking about the picture itself, first I'd like to thank everyone who subscribed to me. Thanks a bunch. And everyone who's watching this video too. It's really nice to have your support. Now, on to the video. By the way, if you hear any thumping sounds in the background, they're doing construction next to my house, so, just a heads up. Now, the people that watched my first video probably already know what I'm drawing, but in case you don't, basically, the first video I ever did was a year ago now, since, 1 year anniversary and everything. But the first thing I drew was a pumpkin witch. So this year I wanted to do a sort of redraw. But after looking at the drawing I did again, I realized that it was just kind of boring. Like, the composition was, not very interesting and everything. It was kind of just a person standing there with a sloppy background. So I decided that I wanted to add a little bit more to this drawing to show how much I've improved since a year ago. The concept behind this drawing wasn't too crazy. Just some people with pumpkin heads going trick-or-treating, but I still think it's pretty good. Now let's talk about some things that at least I think I've improved on this year. So one thing that I definitely think I've improved on is the anatomy. Like, these I just feel like, well, obviously they have pumpkin heads and stuff, so they're not the most realistic, but I do feel like the body proportions and stuff are a lot more, not exactly realistic, but they just kind of make more sense, if that makes sense. Like, they look a lot more like my style now. Also, speaking of style, I feel like mine's definitely changed since a year ago, and I honestly really like how it looks now. One major thing that I can see about my style now, looking back, is that it just looked, really angular. Like, I know what I was trying to do with my style at the time and what I wanted it to look like, but I feel like it's not really coming across the way I wanted it to. Everything just looks kind of pointy, if that makes sense. Especially the calves, those calves look like they could impale someone. Other than the anatomy, I'd say that the biggest change to my style has been, both coloring and lighting. The colors that I used to do looked very, washed out and stuff. I'm not really sure why. I think I used, a gray background, so it just made everything look brighter than it did. But now the colors look a lot more saturated and bright. At least I like how it looks. And as for the lighting, I've definitely improved upon that too. I've kind of more found my style when it comes to lighting. Last year I did more cell shading and stuff like that. But this year I've tried to do more rendering just because I like how it looks. And I definitely think that it looks really good. When I first started, it didn't look too good, but now I definitely feel like I found more of my lighting style. Also, if we're talking about stuff I've improved on, the background, last year the background was just a couple of colors that I splotched together just because I didn't feel like drawing one, but I didn't like how it looked just with a white background. But this year I actually tried to do it, and it's not the best. It kind of looks a bit sloppy. The one trick I've found for that is to just use Gaussian blur or a lot of different effects on it, because then it's less visible. But I am pretty proud of this background. I feel like it looks nice. Overall, I'd say I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. It definitely represents my style pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how I've developed my style this year. Last year, the way that I was doing it was I was basically just finding things I liked about other people's styles and then just mashing them together, even if they didn't look good together. But this year I've tried to find more just what I like, that's not just what other people have done, if that makes sense. This definitely represents how much I've improved, I feel like. The one thing I will say is that it doesn't include any faces, at least any human faces, which I feel like is something I've improved on the most out of everything. So guess you guys will just have to wait until another video to see those. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. Sorry I haven't posted in forever. I just kind of needed a break from things. I'll probably make another video talking about it. But, yeah, I do plan on uploading more, hopefully, fingers crossed, so you can look forward to that. If you like this video, please like and possibly subscribe. If you have any other video ideas or things that you'd like to see me do, feel free to comment them. Thanks for watching. Bye.